Hello everyone, welcome to Dividends, the show for and about your College of Business, and we have a great program today. Two student entrepreneurs, very different fields, but both doing a great job. And we start with Kaitlin Huguley. I'm sorry. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I met you when you came and pitched at our monthly Shark Tank.
Yes.
All right, so tell folks first about your business, and then we'll talk about your background.
Sure. So my business is KJs Creations. It's a custom sewing, alterations business. We also offer classes in sewing, quilting, knitting, crochet for beginners through advanced. We start out with just basics and then we work up. And then as far as alterations go, we do the basic alterations, just, you know, hemming your pants all the way up through wedding gown, custom tailoring, things like that. Also custom gown production. So if you have an idea in mind and you're not able to find that somewhere, we can make that idea a reality.
So I assume, I know you're from Starkville, but I assume you started sewing as a child?
I did. I started sewing when I was 5 years old.
Okay, so at what point did you start thinking, you know, maybe this is what I want to do?
Well, I've always done it. Like I said, I started when I was 5. Not at any point growing up would I have ever said I saw myself doing this as I was older. Not as a career by any means, but when I first moved to Starkville for college, I started out at EMCC, and when I moved to town, I was working at a fabric shop here in town, and they did not previously offer alterations. And so we took some as I started working there, and people got contact information on me and things like that. And when that fabric store closed, people kept my name, and word of mouth, I had gotten to the point between that and a dress store here in town. I started doing all of their alterations, and I was not ever sleeping. I was staying up all night and doing alterations to be at school and work all day during the day, and I couldn't keep doing that. And so I said, you know, I really love sewing. I really love working with the public and stuff like that. And I went out on a limb and quit my job that was full-time and paying my bills.
Stuff, yeah.
And started doing this. And so I opened as an LLC in April of last year.
All right, so you are not a business major, though.
I'm not. No, I'm an interior design major.
How did you find the E-Center, and how has the Center for Entrepreneurship helped you get to where you are?
Sure. So I actually found out about the E-Center through an email that I got about startup businesses, and it was for students and the community members. And I was like, oh, well, that's pretty interesting. So I sent in my information and idea, and they emailed me back and gave me a time slot to come in and speak to somebody, and so I did so, and then I started in what you said was Shark Tank. And
well, explain how that worked. You actually came in and pitched like Shark Tank for actual real money,
right, for a panel for actual money, and that has been a tremendous, you know, help. And also not only the monetary side of it, but also just the encouragement side of it, and the push to, you know, we also think you're doing a good job, it's a good idea, and we think you could go somewhere. So with help from the E-Center, you know, monetary and support wise, we'll be opening a storefront. Grand opening will be June 1st of this
Fantastic,
year.
That's great. And we actually have a picture of one of the gowns that you worked on.
Yes.
And what's unique about this is I had no idea. I was a customer when, and I was talking to you, and you were talking about a bank and going there to talk to this lady about her daughter's gown. It was my daughter, and so we have a picture of that folks can see. And you did a wonderful job making my beautiful daughter even prettier, and she loved the dress. So
well, I'm glad it looked fantastic.
I was happy to be a customer, and I didn't even know it. What do you see your trajectory for the next 3-5 years?
Well, like I said, I'm opening storefront this June, and so that's going to allow for walk-ins and, you know, all those people that work a 9-to-5 or have kids and aren't usually able to come and work on my schedule all the time. they're going to be able to now on their lunch break run by. And that alone, I feel like it was going to easily double business right this time at the moment, just based on phone calls that I get every day. And then not only that, but the visibility side of it will be on Highway 12, you know, main pass. Right. So just the knowledge that people will have of us being there and being available, I think it'll change a lot of people's minds when they're thinking of, oh, well, this doesn't fit, I'll just get rid of it. But now they'll know somewhere they could take it and solve that issue rather than just getting rid of something.
And in the meantime, you're going to go ahead and get your degree here, and so you should be done in
about 2 years.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for taking time out of a very busy, not only do you have all this work going on, it's finals and everything else, so thanks so much, and we're so proud of your success and look forward to great things down the road.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
So you have an idea. It's exciting. It's original. It's genius. And you think it could be the next big thing. But how do you turn this idea into reality? At the Entrepreneurship Center, we will guide you through every step of the entrepreneurial process and help along the way, from developing and enhancing your idea to building your product and bringing it to market. Our programs will help refine your idea and connect you with other creative individuals. You can collaborate with students and discover their brilliant ideas, learn from expert faculty and accomplished business leaders, and even receive money to expand your venture and start your own company. Whether your idea is a revolutionary product, app, or service, we can help. The Entrepreneurship Center at Mississippi State University. From invention to innovation, it starts here.
Imagine the next big idea from the next generation of business leaders. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
Welcome back, everyone. Joining me now is Terrence Green, and my goodness, he's young and he already has 2 businesses going. Terrence,
yes,
how
sir.
are you?
How are you doing?
Good. Good to have you here. Tell us a bit about your background, where you're from, and what brought you to the East Center.
Okay, well, I'm from Olive Branch, Mississippi, and what brought me to the East Center, I started playing basketball. I wanted to get training equipment for basketball, and so I wanted to find ways to fund that. And a friend told me about the East Center, and that's how I found out about it.
And what you're doing now has nothing to do with basketball?
Nothing at all.
All right, so we have 2 businesses to talk about with Terrence. The first one is a business that makes animated videos for companies, right?
Correct.
And you actually created one so that we could watch. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Okay, let's do it.
I notice a similarity between the character on the screen with the red jacket and the red shoes and what you're wearing. Tie that together for me.
Well, when I started out, I wanted to do a unique presentation for a pitch, and so I thought it would be real cool to make an animated version of myself just to stand out in a way, and then that turned into having my own little animated character. So now when you see him, I want you to see me as well.
So you're going to, this company will, if I made little wagons or something, right, you would make a video to help me promote that.
Right. Animated videos are great ways to illustrate your business, to keep the audience engaged, and people are more prone to watch videos online and on your website. So it'll be a great way to explain your product while reaching your target audience at the same time.
All right, so while you're working on this, you also have a social app you're working on, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and this is, what's the name of that business?
It's called The Spot.
All right, so we're going to take a look at that video, and then we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and roll The Spot.
Sounds good.
So this device, this app, is a way to bring people together in a faster, more efficient manner. They can find each other.
Right. You all can find events without having to worry about who you follow or, you know, who's reposting events. You can go to one central app and find events that's happening around your area. So it's a good way to connect people in their town with events and to help them find, if they're bored at any time, help them find, you know, something to do.
Mm-hmm. So you developed this app, and I will say you spend more time at the E-Center than any other student in the history of the E-Center. Your work ethic is just unprecedented. I've not seen any other student work as hard as you.
I really appreciate it.
No, it's amazing, and you are, you've gone before the Shark Tank, you're pitching for funds, and you're trying to build these businesses. But I've noticed you've also attracted some other folks to the E-Center to help you as well. So I assume you're building a team to build all of this out.
Right. I have to build another team for the animated business as well. So some more folks might come to the E-Center. And it's a great way to bring more people to the E-Center because the people that are on my team, they also want to start a business as well, and we've talked about it, and I'm kind of guiding them through the process of things that they can do so that they can be ready as well, and then maybe go attract more people. So it's a great way just to help each other out.
How has the E-Center helped you? Number one, you've switched majors.
Right, I've switched from kinesiology to business, so it definitely has changed me in that way. Also, it gives me a different train of thought. I think different than I used to, more business orientated. And we have people there, like other student entrepreneurs, to help each other. Mm-hmm. And we all give each other advice, anything that we need. And it's a great way to network and learn great things.
Well, congratulations on the success you've had so far. Again, I admire how hard you work and appreciate you taking the time out to come hang out with us.
And thank you for having me.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Dividends. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.